As a 90s kid who has seen John Abraham's career pan out ever since his debut in Jism, his journey and choices have always interested me. He has always come across as a man who has a good head over his shoulders and has a distinct taste with what he resonates with and what he thinks will commercially work. What especially gravitated me towards the actor was that despite the criticism that was flung his way, many people considering him to be limited in range, he still had the ability to surprise you, if not with his performance specifically, but with the kind of films that he was doing. All of this also, mind you, at a time where the industry expected leading men to play certain type of characters, as the assumption was otherwise it would not be palatable to the audience or it would take your journey to get typecast. The man would go from a film like Pop to Dhoom the very next year. Despite the commercial success of Dhoom, the next year would feature in the Deepa Mehta directed film Water. Movies like Garam Masala would be followed with offbeat choices like Taxi Number 911 and Kabul Express. It almost seemed like Abraham had structured a balance between what he knew would give him popularity with the masses and what he individually just wanted to support in the form of stories. In my opinion, Abraham impressed many till 2013 with the amazing Madras Cafe that I still think is one of his best work that really went unnoticed. But then we saw a shift into commercial cinema of a particular pitch that made me really fall out of love with the actor and his choices. I don't know whether it was the circumstances that made John change his decision-making process regarding films, but it seemed now only to be driven by the financial forces rather than creativity. Was it the case of the producer's mind taking over the actor, or just a new chapter of what a John Abraham film represents? We had everything from mind-numbing comedies like Welcome Back, Dishum and Pagalpanti to the chest-thumping, patriotic and jarringly loud Satyamev Jayate series. While projects like Batla House and Romeo Akbar Walter only partially worked, the inventiveness that once existed in John Abraham's filmography seemed to fade away. In his entire career, however, one aspect of his acting kitty that I always gave him credit for was what he lent to the action genre in Bollywood, especially the kind of stunts he did in films like Dhoom, Force and one of my favorites, Rocky Handsome. It really made me believe that if John wanted to just do action films, capitalizing on his brawn, massive build and strength, he would be one of the biggest action stars of the country. I had also said this previously that we expect John to feature in films like Attack more than probably going for a third installment of Satyamev Jayate. The moment the teaser of Attack had come out, I was overwhelmed because it was a relief to see an actor like Abraham steer away from the regular theme of films that he was doing in recent years and actually back a project that looked fresh, slick, and a true dedication to the action genre that we desperately need in commercial Bollywood. The film, directed by Lakshya Raj Anand, presents a trailer that has to go as one of the best edited Bollywood trailers of recent times. Not only because it does not spill out all the beats of the film, but its integration of the sound design really makes the product as a marketing tool stand out, piquing the interest of the viewers immediately of what an exhilarating ride this action film may be. Through the trailer, it becomes pretty clear that John Abraham plays a soldier who gets brutally injured and becomes paralyzed from the neck down, only to partake in an operation that transforms him into becoming a highly skilled cyborg of sorts that is aided by the AI that has been implanted in his body. How this ties into the perfect soldier dealing with the loss that he has experienced and the mission at hand will form the basic storyline of this film. Let's get one thing out of the way, of course. This film and its concept is not entirely unique. You look at the themes that the show $6 Million Man covered. A man who gets fatally injured transforms into a human with immense strength and ability. You look at the concept of Robocop and how a human, if incorporated with the right technology, can be the best serving human capital one can think of. Or the most common one that a lot of people talk about, the Jean-Claude Van Damme film Universal Soldier, in which soldiers during combat or war get fatally injured, are put in cryogenic chambers and revived to become perfect soldiers that obey their commands, only to realize that their memories fade in and out, trying to grapple and come to terms with who they were before they became these cyborgs. As one goes rogue, the storyline of the film really goes in high gear. These are all parallels that you can create with the film, but I think the most accurate of a comparison that one can create with Attack, barring the patriotism and mission at hand, is the low-budget but bloody amazing indie film that released in 2018 called Upgrade. The movie showcased a point in society where humans are highly dependent on technology. Due to an unfortunate event, the man becomes a quadriplegic and his only hope in life is to inseminate a technology called STEM that will take over his motor functions and make him highly adept physically and mentally at dealing with any hurdle in his life. How the man embarks upon a journey of revenge while still being aided by this AI, accounting for some of the most enjoyable action sequences, made for Upgrade to be one hell of a ride. Barring the dark circumstances that Upgrade explores in the second half, which I don't think Attack will explore, I would assume the relationship of John Abraham and the technology is going to be just like this, where the technology adapts dependent on the circumstances, and it is all the brainchild of Rakulpreet Singh. Rather than a case of direct revenge, I assume Attack takes into account national security of the country as the parliament seems to be under attack and a perfect soldier comes to save the day. I think the action set pieces look absolutely stunning and will account for some whistle-worthy moments in theatres, something that has been lacking in the action genre in Bollywood lately. What has me thoroughly stoked though is the music that has been composed for the film by Shashwat Sachdev, a talented individual who composed the evergreen album for Uri and comes here yet again to guarantee us real mass moments. I still remember when the Jagga soundtrack of Uri played in the background and just getting chills listening to it. You know from the trailer, Sachdev is going to deliver something special. The background score that kicked in the trailer was absolutely exceptional, making my head bop immediately. I think the soundtrack is going to complement the theme of this film so brilliantly. Seeing Prime John back and wanting to do a slick and smart action film with a modern treatment to the genre has me really excited. Seeing the talented people behind the scenes also rejuvenates my faith in the fact that we can have an entertaining, no-nonsense, badass film that can really motivate audiences, especially action fans, to watch this film in theaters. And that was the video, guys. Write down in the comments below what you thought about the movie trailer. Please don't forget to follow me on Instagram. The handle's right in front of you. Follow me at JammyPants4. Also, please support us by smashing the like button and subscribing to our channel for weekly content ahead. Thank you for watching.